Hey ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood black-eyed Charles Kurtz III, and I'm here with Politics and Poetry presents the Written Experience, brought to you by CamdenOne. This is our second episode, and I'm here with our lovely guest, Miss Tanisha Marie. How you doing, Miss T?
I'm well, grateful, thankful, blessed.
Right.
How about you?
I'm making out all right. I did want to know, before we get started, could you introduce yourself to our audience and everything like that?
You already introduced me. It was a very great introduction. My name is Tanisha Marie. On Instagram, Tanisha Marie Music. Tanisha Marie Music. That's where you can find everything you need to know about me and who I am. What else do you need to know?
I mean, what do you do artistically? Because we invite artists, so we want to know why you're here.
Okay. So I like to call myself a songwriter first, and I also like to call myself an instrument. Because my music, my voice is a vessel. I like to put that together with the beats, the instrumentals that I find, and just create a sound, you know. So I'm a songwriter, I'm an artist, I sing, I rap a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, that's primarily what I do. And I'm a community-based artist, you know. So my intentions with this music isn't to be huge and world famous, and that's obviously something that we all look forward to, but I really like to, I started out being a musician because I want to give back to the community, and I want to give Camden something to, you know, come to feel good, you know what I'm saying, and take away from all the other things that are going on. So I'm a community-based artist.
I like that. I like that. How long have you been singing and songwriting?
I want to say about a good 5 years, maybe. I know a lot of people, they've known since they were younger, you know, that this was just in them, but it kind of came as a surprise to me. You know, somebody randomly was just like, "Oh, you have a good voice. You should think about singing." And it just never crossed my mind. I wanted to be a truck driver. Believe it or not, my ideal whenever you know, what do you want to be when you grow up? I wanted to be a truck driver. So that you can see that had nothing to do with music at all. But
I could just imagine you like all little and a big truck just driving around, man. That's funny.
5'2", by the way. I'm 5'2", so it's a funny sight. But yeah, so 5 years ago, I actually, you know, decided, let me try this. And I got in the studio, wrote a song, and I realized that I actually really love this and the impact that it makes, you know.
An amazing journey so far, hasn't it?
Yes.
So I was actually able to listen to a lot of your music. Like I've been like listening the last 2 days. I've been like, oh, let me get all Tanisha Marie up for this interview. I will say, like, your sound, if I can describe it, is very euphoric. Like it's like angelic. Like
I think that's the best one I've got. So
yeah, that's what it is. It's like very euphoric and everything like that. And I was trying to put you to different artists, like, cause you know you can put artists in certain categories and stuff like that. And I'm trying to figure out, like, cause I know in my head who you not sound like, but who I could like be like. You give me that vibe.
Yeah.
But I want to hear from you. Like, who are some of your inspirations?
Okay, so inspirations might blow your mind because it has nothing to do with how I sound, but I know a lot of people say I sound like Jhené Aiko. That's like the main one. That's the one you were gonna say.
I was gonna say like a Jhené, like in that category.
Yeah,
yes,
I knew, and it's okay. I take that compliment. I definitely take that compliment any day. But my biggest inspiration, obviously, of course, is God first, because everything I do, no matter how I move, is first God.
I call him my ghostwriter.
Yes,
that's what
exactly. I do. Just all my movements, you know. But I would say my second biggest inspiration is Bob Marley, believe it or not. Like, he was the driving force for me actually pursuing the music. You know, everybody telling me I should was the number one, but then actually when I actually got into it, I'm obsessed with Bob Marley. It's one of my obsessions, and like, not only his music, but his message behind it, his purpose behind it, and how timeless his music is. He passed away a long time ago, and his music is still being played, you know. So that's my biggest inspiration. And believe it or not, my other big inspirations come from all the people I have around me. Okay. Every single one of my friends are artists in one way or another. You know, I have my best friend's a videographer. My other best friend, she cooks and she paints and she writes, you know. I'm inspired by the music that's made around me, you know what I'm saying? And that's what keeps me going, because it's like, these people I wouldn't be surrounded by artists if it wasn't my mission to be an artist, you know? So, yeah. That's beautiful. I listen to other people here and there, but more so it's Bob Marley and then everybody around me.
And it's funny, because when you call yourself a community artist, and then you say, well, I don't sound like Bob Marley, and it's like, yeah, but he's a community artist too. You know, like a lot of the things that he's been doing is like, very instrumental in building up his community, building up that country of Jamaica, and then putting a voice to a lot of the struggles that they was having.
Yeah,
so
I think he put Jamaica on the map, to be honest.
Have you ever been there?
No, not yet.
It's beautiful. I was just there like a couple months ago. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Riding horses and stuff.
Oh,
but that's
my
another
goodness.
story for another day. All right. So What are some of your dream collaborators that you would like to work with in the future?
Joey Badass, number one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, but that's just like...
Joey Badass.
I'm coming for you. Remember I said this. That's number one. Who else could I see myself working with? To be honest, I don't know. I kind of want it to come like as a surprise for me, you know, but he's definitely my number one that I want to work with just because of his, the way he does his music and the reason he does his music as well, you know. I do kind of want to work with Andre 3000. I don't know. Yeah, that's gotta happen somehow.
You have to get him out of retirement, find him somewhere. Have to pull him up from the depths or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
now this next question. I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
No.
All right, you know, I'll be chatty.
Me too. So we just gonna cut each other.
I'll be chatty, all that jazz. I did want to know before I get into my next question. You do got some lovely rocks on here. Yes. I don't want to call them rocks, jewels.
Please
crystals,
don't call them rocks. Like I understand.
Gems,
I appreciate you for even mentioning them. So that's why you get a pass. But for everybody out there, they're not rocks. They're crystals, completely different. So crystals are actually made from a live substance. They have carbon and silicone in them, which is what we as humans have in our body as well. And that makes them living, like almost like plants. You know what I'm saying? Not obviously don't have a brain and a heart.
Right, not consciousness, but they are alive.
Yes, they're alive, exactly. Yeah. And rocks are just, you know, sediment over time that just, you know, keeps tumbling and tumbling. But so this lovely one right here is Selenite. And I bring this with me because it facilitates clear communication between people. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of clears the air and among other things.
That's why I feel like I'm talking better since she pulled that out. I swear. Yeah. That's why. It's the Selenite.
So you feel it. This one is a personal one. This is called Fire Agate because I'm a fire sign. I'm an Aries. Like it helps me with confidence and it helps me, you know, keep my emotions in check.
Yeah, she needs that because Aries, I hear Aries, they need those. You get a whole bunch of that for a lot of Aries. I know a lot of Aries who need that. Yeah,
we're very, very emotional beings. Like you just earlier, you telling me like my music was euphoric. I was about to start crying. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, it is. It's like, it's just like, it takes you to a place where it's like, dang, I wonder why I you know, if I did smoke, it would make me feel like I wanted to smoke and like, you know, just vibe out because it's like, it's a vibe. It really is.
I appreciate that.
I was gonna say, speaking of music and collaborations, I seen you on DJ Rob's new album and y'all have a song, it's called You Deserve the Best. Now, can you give us a little story about how that
Shout out to DJ Rob because he actually invited me. Oh, you weren't finished.
Oh yeah, I was gonna actually ask you just how did that collab actually come about? Like, give us a little backstory.
Okay, I met DJ Rob through his mother, Miss Wawa. She's a huge community person as well. She does the mass melanin market. I think it's just the melanin market now, but it's a event where you have all, you know, Camden-based melanated people who come and vend, and it's a huge event, and she does it every Sunday. So she had asked me, they were having a grand opening, and she asked me to perform, and he was the DJ. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of got connected through her, and then he just hit me up one day, and also he was working on the Picture Boy project with us. We were in the studio with Lester London, and he was there, and like we just, you know, we were in the same area.
Right.
And then he just hit me up randomly and asked me to be on his project. He sent me the song, and he was telling me that it was a song for his mother, and that really touched me because I've been trying for years to, you know how you feel something for someone so deeply that you can't even put it into words. I've been trying for years to create a song for my mom, and it was my love for her so overwhelming that I couldn't put it in a song, you know. So when he sent me the beat and said he wants to make it about mothers, I was like, oh yeah, on it, you know. And it was just beautiful because I finally got something out that I wanted to express to my mom. I played it for her, and at his release party, his mom was there. We played it for her. She was just bawling her eyes out, made me cry, you know. So it was beautiful because it had a deeper message than just the song, you know. So, and his project is doing very well, you know. So I'm honored to be able to be on that project.
All right, shout out to DJ Rob, and we might have him on this show coming up. So the name of your new project, up and coming, is called Tantra. Can you tell us a little bit about that? How'd you come up with the name and everything?
Okay, yes, I can. So we're about to get a little deep with it, okay? Just a little deep. So it's based off of the chakras, the 7 chakras. We have 7 chakras in our body. Energetically, you can't see them, but they're there, you know? And each chakra works with a different part of your body, your mind, and your spirit. I had created a project a while back called Alpha. And if you notice, the cover was red on that project. And it was my first project, and the first chakra is red, and it's the root chakra, and it's all about, you know, stability, finances, all that, you know. So it was a little more on the rap side, like the nitty-gritty rap side. This Tantra is the second project that I put out, and it's based off of your sacral chakra. And your sacral chakra is all about sensuality, creativity, you know, feminine energy. And I just wanted to tap into that a little bit. I didn't want to get too deep into it, but there's certain songs on it that's supposed to invoke a feeling of like love, self-love, you know, being in love with someone, just that energy, you know. And that's so it was based on the sacral chakra. And Tantra, it's a really deep subject if you get into it, but it's a Buddhist concept that's really about like sensuality and balance and peace through your sacral chakra. So
y'all hear that? Y'all taking notes? Because this is like metaphysics, geometry, all that jazz. Like, this is what you getting. This is what you came here for, essentially. All right, so now we about to get a little personal, whatever the case may be, because I'm gonna talk about my favorite song off the EP. It's called Can You Feel It? I like it. I really like that song a lot.
Can I say something? You know
that?
what's really wild? That's the song that I was worried about the most, that was gonna do the least numbers. And you're not the first person. Like, everybody is on Can You Feel It and Lil Baby, the upbeat song. And those were the two that I thought were gonna do.
Nah,
You'd be surprised.
I really like Can You Feel It? Like, Can You Feel It, to me, feels like it can be on like a certain type of like a movie track.
Oh my goodness.
Or something like that. Like, it's like a it's like it kind of takes you into not just like I've been using the word vibe a lot, but it's like it's different because it takes you into a time and a place. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's an actual with Can You Feel It? It's an actual how can I say? It's timeless, but it's dang. I told you I'm better writing stuff down. It's very timeless, but it's like it's an era for it. It's like it's a certain place and time it takes you to, but it's very dope. And I felt really good because it was a song that I did like last night that you played, that you sung live. I actually got to see T Marie live. So if you haven't, you gotta check her out live. It's crazy. She speaks in Spanish. Like, I'm like, who practices speaking in Spanish for a song and wrote? You guys see her live.
You're making me blush.
But Can You Feel It is a really good song. That's my favorite track. I wanted to know what was the creative process behind that song?
So as you can see, and the little bit that you've heard so far, I have a very deep spiritual aspect to me. But I do have, I don't want to say trauma, but when I first started music, like, I was trying to put everything, like the spiritual side, the spiritual warfare that's going on within our people. Like, I was very angry and very, into trying to wake people up so fast. Like, listen, this is what's going on. This is what's been done to our people. This is what, and it wasn't working. And I realized that people don't like it when you force things on them. No matter what it is, if you are aggressive and you're trying to force people to look at things your way, it's not going to get through to them. So then I had to take a step back, and instead of trying to move and change things with anger, how about I move and change things with love? You know what I'm saying? So I started making love songs, tapping into that, but I also wanted to show people that there's more of a spiritual aspect to it. And Can You Feel It was more of a self-love song because I wanted something that people in general, but women specifically, because we deal with a lot of insecurities and stuff, that you can look in the mirror to and dance and like really feel good about yourself. So that's what it was. There's a part in there where I say, lately I've been feeling so emotional. I just want to hold on, but I know I should let go. So I breathe in. It's time to let it go. I breathe out. I'm losing all control. So that's something that's really personal to me because I take everything so personal and I'm so emotional, and I have a hard time of letting go of anything. So every time I play that, I just listen to it and just listen. Whatever you're going through, just let it go. Breathe in and breathe out and let it go, and stop trying to control everything. Like, I'm losing all control. Like, some things you just can't control, you know what I'm saying? And no matter what you try to do, you can't control it. So I really made that song for myself, but also for anybody else who struggles with insecurities and just something to feel good and dance to. I left I think a minute long.
I was about to say that, how it rides out for that last minute.
Yeah, I was nervous about it.
I'm telling you. Just listen, I don't even be lying.
I appreciate you for listening, though. This is amazing.
I listened to it, and that's why I decided, I'm like, we have to have T on here, because once you drop the album and then the visual and everything like that, and then even seeing you last night, I was like, good decision. Thank you. I appreciate myself for that.
Pat on the back.
I did want to know, now that we got my favorite track out the way, what is your favorite track?
Ooh. So this is interesting because, and all artists can relate. It's interesting because, you know, when we put out projects, you guys are hearing it for the first time. You replay it, you're hearing it for the second time. But us as artists, we write the song. Right. We listen to it 1,000 times to match the beat with the song. We get in the studio. We listen to it 1,000 times while we're in the studio. Then we play it, perform it over and over again. So like it's hard for me to really hold on to a song because it's like I've heard it thousands of times. You know what I'm saying? But I can say maybe because it's the most fresh song, and because the story behind it, Lil Baby, the little bop song. The way it happened was insane because I had 3 songs out and that was it, you know. But then something didn't feel right about just putting a project with 3 songs. I'm like, listen, I have to get a 4th, and I was just struggling like in my head and just upset with myself because I could not get that 4th song out. I recorded with my engineer, I recorded 3 songs and they just didn't fit with that project. And it was literally the last day I had before the project was released. And I said, you know what, let me just get in here and do this. And I did it. And still until the actual moment it dropped, I was so nervous. Like, I don't think this is going to be, you know, because it's so different. Nobody's really used to hearing me rap. And like, you know.
It's good seeing that side of you though.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. Like if someone who's a true fan or true like admirer of my music, they'll appreciate the fact that I have that side to me. So that's my favorite song only because, you know, the process it took, and like I really had to take a leap of faith and say, you know what, just put it out. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. And like everybody's saying that's, you know, Can You Feel It? And that song is their favorite. So
I really like Can You Feel It. I was gonna say it's certain times like, cause you know, I'm like even me with like some of my stuff, it's things I'm like, it's all right. And people are like, no, that's my favorite one. That's why I'm like, okay, but I really like this one. They're like, no, I like that one. That one. I'm like, all right, I guess. So I definitely feel you on that. All right, so this next question is gonna get a little personal. Remember we said we gonna throw in a little So.
Oh, you trying to get the little exclusive.
A little exclusive. Is there a specific person who's the motivating factor behind this project, or is this a result of a culmination of experiences? So like, you know, is it, you know, your peeps you hear going through stuff and you taking that, or is it like someone, you know, broke little T heart?
Oh yeah, I've definitely had okay, so
you gotta be like, where he at?
It's all good because everybody goes through it. Yes, there is. The first 2 songs was about a specific person that I was in a relationship with. And what I can say is for artists, I think you can probably relate because you're an artist yourself. I think it's very important for us to, if we choose to be in a relationship, to be with somebody who inspires you. You know what I'm saying? And that's usually my determining factor of how not the only one, but I can't really be in a relationship, like a close relationship with someone who doesn't inspire me to write music. If I'm with you and I can't write music, I'm sorry, we're not a match. You know, so I was with someone and it was amazing, and I was able to take all those feelings that I was feeling for him and put it in a song. Those are the first 2. Interestingly enough, Lil Baby, I had started that song. I had a group, like I told you, all my friends are artists. So I used to host these artist sessions, these writing sessions at my house. So it'd be a bunch of us that come together and we just put on some beats and write music with a time frame. And then once the time's up, we'll go around and share the music that we've done. And so that song actually started from that writing session, and I just carried it on, and I just really try to channel my ideal relationship, you know. And then obviously Can You Feel It is more of a self-love song. So yeah, that's
perfect, because now my next question is going to be, what does loving yourself look like in 2022 for T?
Me, okay. It's a big one. Yeah, you getting real deep with this. Self-love for me is knowing that it's okay to move on my own and be by myself and be a loner. Because as much as I love being around people, as much as I love sharing and transferring energy and, you know, being that light for the community, there's also a part of me that has to be by myself, you know. In order for me to be that light, I have to take time to myself. And a lot of times, you know, people don't understand, or, you know, family can, you know, miss you and you know, want to see you and be around you. But I had to know that in order for me to be this person, I have to take some time, some solitude to really rebuild myself. You know, that's what self-love is for me. Self-love is a continual process for me, because I am someone who, you know, used to have a lot of self-worth issues and questioning if I even should do this, because I'm not like your average, 2022 girl who's into the makeup and the hair and this and that and like just puts themselves out there for the, just for the likes. I'm not like that. So I had to come to terms and accept that you're different, T. Like you don't have to try to fit in with everybody. I've never fit in my life, so why would I try now? So self-love is really just owning the fact that I'm different, and it's a process. Every day it's a process, but you also have to be soft with yourself. I have to be soft with myself because I'm like, I used to be a bully to myself. Like everybody always used to see things in me that I didn't see in myself, and then I'm my biggest critic. So all the voices in my head, you need to do better, you're slacking, I had to cut that out. I had to cut it out because it was harming me instead of helping me grow. So yeah, that's what self-love looks like for me.
I like that. So this next question is minus shooting, minus shooting people. You like Cupid, because Cupid be shooting people.
Okay. I'm like, wait, where's this going?
Minus the shooting people. Spreading love in the community. Okay, maybe that joke didn't go over well, but if you rewind it and play it slow, it'll make sense to you. All right. How do you spread love throughout the community?
I guess the number one thing I can say is staying here in Camden. I wasn't born and raised in Camden, but I moved about 6-7 years ago, and as much as people talk bad about Camden, it's something about Camden that just has my heart. It's not the ideal place to live in. Obviously there's a lot going on that we won't even speak about, but I also see the other side of it. Number one, this is the only city that I've been to that melanin is the majority. Like, we're not the minority in Camden. Like, obviously I want us to all work to make this a better place to live, but at the bottom of it all, my people are here. So that's why what I love about Camden so much. And sorry, what was the question?
No, you're fine. How do you spread love throughout the community?
Love. Okay, so yeah, staying here, like just being here, I feel like that's my way of giving back to the community. But also, I try to base my events and my performances primarily around Camden, because as we start to grow as artists, we start to need to get paid for shows and this and that. But if anybody ever has a show in Camden, I don't expect to get paid. Like, that's everywhere else, yes, but here, my hometown, like, this is where I will do anything for free. Like, Camden has my heart, and I started an open mic a few years ago with a couple of other people. It's called Good Vibes Open Mic. Okay. And we do that. It's been growing. We're a nonprofit and we kind of have to do everything ourselves. So it was slow to take off, but it's building momentum. And I love this event because it's an open mic where anybody and everybody can just come to express themselves. You've been there.
Yeah, I was there last night. They
held it down.
You had some people, what is that called? They rapping and everything. You got T in the back burning sage. She was just like, go ahead. Bring it on, express yourself.
Yep, and you did an amazing job. I had people actually hit me up afterwards, like, who is that guy that performed? So.
Oh, about me?
Yeah. I sent them right to your page. So
thank you. I did get a couple followers. Yeah, I did.
Yep,
thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So I just, it's something that I feel like Camden needs. We're a bunch of artists. Artists of every caliber. It doesn't matter if you're here or you're just starting out or you've never even performed before.
And that's how you get there, because we need these spaces where we can improve and everything like that amongst our peers. Yes. Before we, because when you go to different cities like even Philadelphia, they have so many poetry events and these type of open mics and that they're cultivating their artists over a period of time to whereas though we don't have that same type of luxury because we don't have these open mics to consistently.
So when you get onto the stage in Philly, you're just like,
oh wow, this is the first time I've been here.
Exactly.
So that's practice, and these things are very much needed, and it's cathartic for a lot of people because how you feel after you just like, some people will literally wait all week for that open mic. Like, I know, oh, I gotta go to the open mic. I gotta just get this off my chest to express myself. So
that's all we want.
That's a lovely thing. And how often do y'all actually have these open mics?
So it's seasonal. So we're doing it from April to, I believe, September, because we're outside. So once it gets cold, we us folk, we be in the house.
Because you said melanated folk, right?
Yes,
Oh, right.
yes.
That's right. That makes
Once
sense.
it gets cold, you know, we disappear. But so it's every last Saturday of each month.
Okay.
You know, and the thing about Good Vibes that's different is that we have a theme. And the reason we created the theme is because we want artists to be able to diversify their talent. So this month's theme was the reset. So whatever that means to you, when I say reset, you can think of new beginnings, like starting over, whatever it is for you. And then if you choose to, you don't have to, but if you choose to, you can take that theme and create a piece of art around that, you know. So yeah, every month we have a theme, and then we have a discussion session where we sit down and we open the floor up to the audience to sit and choose to, you know, respond and share their thoughts, you know, because we want everybody to be engaged. Wow. And we vendors as well. We're always looking for vendors. So if you know anybody that wants to, you know, promote their business and sell anything, just, you know, keep it PG. You know.
Right, right.
We'll get that.
Within reason. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
All right. So, just a couple more questions. I wanted to know, so, you know, can you give us a little background about Good Vibes and everything like that? What's the question I'm going to ask? What was your favorite part about hosting Good Vibes? Actually, that's what it is.
I haven't made a connection with hosting yet. I'm not going to lie to you. But you know what it is? It's because I feel like as a host, you kind of have to be funny. Like, that's just something that goes hand in hand. Like, you have to make the crowd laugh. You have to be quick with it and, like, say things and I'm not that person, but I do enjoy hosting because I love interacting with people. So my favorite part, believe it or not, of hosting is when, like, I get off the stage and then I go talk to the next artist. Are you ready? You're coming up next. That interaction to get that person pumped up to perform, because I know when I'm performing, that means a lot to me, to have someone to you know, pat my back. Listen, you got this, you're gonna do great, and then go up on stage. I feel like every artist needs that little extra boost of motivation. So that's my favorite part of hosting. The actual hosting itself, as you can see, I kind of passed the torch to somebody who's better at it, because yeah, I'm gonna stick to performing. That's it.
Okay, so what can we expect from you in the future?
There's so much coming up. So I haven't dropped all the little promo clips for this album, so I'm kind of spacing it out. But there's, I have a friend, shout out to Shooter Leaf, who recorded all my visuals. We took a beach day and we did a whole bunch of shooting at once. So there's some more promo clips coming for that album. Hopefully getting into performing more. And Tantra, believe it or not, that was just a little taste of what I have coming. Like, there's a whole other, like, 7, 8, 9 track, you know, playlist that's coming up. But to be honest,
one request: can we get a "Can We Feel It" remix?
What you trying to hop on a remix?
I mean, I don't do music or nothing. I'm just saying I like to listen to someone hop on it so I can hear it again.
We gotta have a discussion about that, because I wanted to remix one song, and that just might be it.
Yeah, remix it. I'm not saying me, because I'm not a rapper.
Well, you brought up the subject,
I just
so you
love
might
the
as
song.
well.
I'll listen to it however you make it. Shoot.
Oh, that's actually interesting. I might do that.
So we can expect some more, like, you know, promotion for the and you saying so a deluxe version is what I'm getting at. Is it deluxe in the making?
I think you trying.
I'm trying to get the exclusives. All right.
Well, I'm not gonna say yes or no. We'll see. How about that?
We'll save it. All right. So before we close out, where can we find you? Where can we find your new project, and where can we find you on social media?
So the easiest way, and pretty much the only way to find me, is on Instagram at Tanisha Marie Music. If you don't have an Instagram, I'm sorry, you got to make one. That's it. That's the easiest way to find me. And once you go onto my page, you'll see everything, like the visuals I was talking about, and the link to every platform is in my bio. So all you have to do is click on that link, and then it'll take you right there, and you'll be able to listen to it.
Perfect. So that means if you got your little stalker page on IG, now I'm gonna start telling y'all, go follow Tanisha Marie and all that jazz.
I ain't gonna worry about what you're doing on the side. I'm not into that.
That's not our business.
I just want you to follow me. That's
Alrighty. So thank you guys for tuning in this week with Politics and Poetry Written Xperience, brought to you by CamdenOne. Our guest Tanisha Marie has honored us and blessed us with her presence.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So we'll see you guys next week.